Welcome, Irving Torres, the founder of Young and CEO, a company that supercharges entrepreneurs with free resources and powerful tools. These tools help you to innovate and solve problems. He's building a community of entrepreneurs and is definitely someone that we're watching closely at Achieve It 360. How are you doing? Where have I reached you today?
I am in Shanghai right now.
Wow.
Sure if the lighting is that good. Yeah, Shanghai, China.
Wow, what are you doing in Shanghai? Because I see you're
Uh,
from San Diego, right?
yeah, I'm on the other side of the world. I'm actually working at a startup here in Shanghai. It's called Strikingly. Uh,
Okay.
so it's really interesting. A few of my acquaintances started a company, and a few years back, they uh, they got into the Y Combinator, and they made it, and now they're here in Shanghai with this amazing company. It's basically a website builder, really simple, really elegant. So we're competing with Wix and Weebly, Squarespace and whatnot. So, but it's really fun. Great place to be, I think.
Wow, I'm so impressed with you. Today, I want to welcome the founder and CEO of YoungandCEO.com. We've got Irving Torres with us today. We're so thrilled to have you. I'm just so impressed with you when I look at your website. Can you? We're gonna get right to the questions, but I just want to say that the purpose of this call, Irving, is to inspire and motivate young people that study the Jumpstart to Success program, and then they look at some of the speakers that are on there. They can visit your website and utilize the tools and resources that you offer. Is that the purpose of Young and CEO? Is that why you created that program?
Yeah, definitely. Young and CEO pretty much is an entrepreneurship organization that I started to supercharge and really motivate aspiring and current entrepreneurs. With a lot of great resources and a lot of powerful tools. Um, and that's definitely a very similar purpose to what you mentioned. Um, and because we really believe that being an innovator and solving problems is the key to creating a better world. Um, and so we've seen a lot of issues on the rise, and there's a lot of people out there who are just amazing at solving these types of problems, and we just need to give them the right information, the right resources, so they can go ahead and tackle these.
Absolutely. Now, what's your 5 year vision with Young and CEO? Is this the main thing you're focused on, or have you got a bunch of things going on right now?
Yeah, so this is definitely one of the main things I'm focused on.
Okay.
Um, so I think it's great that you said vision because I play everything by ear. I don't have a concrete plan, and that's one of the things about entrepreneurship. You kind of go with the flow. You pivot if you need to, and so I know that I've changed drastically. Young and CEO started as a branding consultancy um, a while back, and little by little I started shifting to what I saw was actually needed in the market. I still do branding from time to time. Um, with a few of my clients who love the stuff we did, uh, but definitely shifted a lot. So my current vision is to grow a community of entrepreneurs around the site, around the events we throw, and the mission is to change the world through entrepreneurship and innovation, make it better. So first of all, within this year, the next year, I want to continue to grow the outreach. So the first step in that was actually creating the Power Boost newsletter. And as the readership grew, um, we started venturing out into other things. We just started a digital magazine. That's one of the first things we're doing now, so we can expand out of the newsletter and have something a little more concrete that other people can see. Um, so we're doing that. Down the line, we're also going to go into video, and it's something that we've already been doing. Interviewing a lot of really interesting entrepreneurs. Um, One of the latest interviews I did was actually with Nick Cannon, the host
I
of.
saw that.
Yeah. So we're gonna release that really soon. Just a ton of really interesting stuff. It's definitely uh, the newsletter that we put out is just an interesting like cocktail of resources and content that you should just be aware of. And so that's the interesting thing. One month you might get just a ton of content on books, a ton of content on events happening. Next month, you might hear something totally different. So that's what we're kind of doing. Then after a few years of this, we're obviously going to continue that. But my goal is to start organizing bigger events and establishing bigger partnerships with more companies. So we can really drive the message home for aspiring entrepreneurs. And one of the biggest reasons why I started Young and CEO was initially to help minority entrepreneurs get the resources and tools. And obviously, as I started venturing into that, I started noticing that more people, needed this sort of.
Everybody needs it.
Yeah, everybody needs it.
We all
this
get
advice.
stuck somewhere, and we're on the same path. I'm just blown away by where you've been to get to where you are, because I did a magazine before I did this, and I interviewed people like Sean Kingston, and just talked about how they got started, and then I found it was the print magazine wasn't working so much, so I put it online, and this is how I got to video. So we're right on the same path, and anything we can do to support you and give you ideas of other people to interview, you're welcome to any of our connections and resources. We want to support you to where you're going, because we're right along with you, and we can't do it alone. We need a bunch of people together that are all doing it together, and that's how I've really gotten to this place. So it's amazing. I'm so excited for where you're going, because you seem like such an innovator. I saw that a picture with you with Bill Gates.
Oh yeah.
that's awesome. How did that come about?
Yeah, thanks. No, definitely get a lot of comments on that picture. Well, yeah. First of all, definitely, thank you for reaching out. I feel the same way. Anything that we can do to help you. Definitely saw the Sean Kingston interview, and Sean Kingston has been one of my favorite artists for a while. Definitely listened to him a lot in 08, 09.
Yeah.
He's still around, but that was definitely those were definitely some of his biggest years. So
that's when the interview took place, and I still use that because young people need somebody to relate to, like Nick Cannon. They know him. I can't go into a site and try to get a young person excited by talking about someone that might have excited me or mentored me. Like if I talk about Jack Canfield or the Bob Proctors of the world, they just roll their eyes. They need someone to connect to that makes sense for them these days. And it's not as difficult as people might think to get an interview with Sean Kingston. I just called his publicist, and bam, he was on the phone with me. It wasn't a video, but audio. So it's all just like you with Nick Cannon, right? It's all doable to get to people.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's all about persistence and how bad you want it, and especially along with that is not just how bad you want it, but how bad you want to help others. How bad you want to help others succeed, and that's the thing that really got me that really opened a lot of doors for me. Because it's not a selfish kind of gain I'm looking for. I'm definitely looking to motivate and educate others, and I definitely see that you're doing the same thing. I was really fascinated by reading the whole ordeal with Bob Proctor and everything. So
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
It's taken a long time to get to this point. So I kind of went off track there. How did the Bill Gates picture come about? Did you win an award for the foundation, or?
Yeah. So I'm actually Gates Millennium Scholar. So I got all of my college tuition covered by the Gates Millennium Foundation. So Bill and Melinda Gates. Yeah, and so that picture actually took place in 2010. He went to visit my college. I graduated from Pomona College, and so I was a student there, and he was giving a talk, and he specifically wanted to meet with the Gates Millennium Scholars backstage. So it was actually really exciting to meet him. I hadn't met his father and his sister at a conference, but I never had met him. He was always all over the place. So definitely got to meet him, and that was honestly one of the biggest moments of my life, because I remember that I asked him, what he did and why he got into entrepreneurship, and he just looked at me, and he said, "Well, honestly, I did it because I loved it." He said, I started what I did because it just came natural to me. You know, I didn't care if I got paid or not. I honestly just did it because I loved it. And so he said, and so when you think about starting something, or if you're thinking about doing something along those lines, just do what you love. He said, just do what you love. Eventually, at some point, you'll get so good at it, whatever it is you do and whatever it is you love, you'll get so good at it because you do it so much that someone will pay you for it, or you'll create a business from it. So honestly, that's the best advice I can give you. And so I kind of took that and ran with it, you know, and 2011, 2012, really big years for me. You know, something so small, but something so meaningful from Bill Gates himself that I used to kind of just you know, create more organizations on campus. I started getting into entrepreneurship and whatnot. So yeah, that was the picture, and very significant to me. So
No, that's amazing. It really does stick out. If you Google you or even look at youngandceo.com, it's just amazing the things that jump out. And I started getting more and more excited about interviewing you as I got to know you. And that's what happens when you research people, right? You start learning, and this is what this life is about, just learning more and doing more and being more. And you've done impressive things. So we're just thrilled to have met you. Now, what's the best place for people to follow you and stay in touch? Would it be, I know you go to Young and CEO, right there it says connect with us. Is that the
yeah.
best way?
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to connect with me. You know, I read all the emails and whatnot. If you're looking for a more direct connection, you can go to my personal website, irvingtorres.com. There you'll find, you know, my Twitter link. If you want to connect with me on Facebook, and email me directly, and that goes right through me. You know, not through all the filters and whatnot. So definitely, you know, we're always looking for, you know, for partnerships. We're looking for co-hosts for events. So just, you know, if anything, reach out. You can find me there. My Twitter handle is Irving Torres YC, and you know, so there's countless ways to get in touch with me, for
Got
sure.
it. I'll put all of this in the video. We'll put it up on Jumpstart to Success, and I want to know when you reached Damon John, because that's how we met. What wakes you up in the middle of the night to go online and see what's happening in the world? Like that's how I met you. I saw you in Damon John's post.
Yeah.
So I know you're going to get to him because you've got such passion and it shows through. So when you reach him, I want you to let me know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, interesting thing is 2 days ago, someone from his team reached out to me.
Awesome.
So for game changer meetings. So hopefully something is in the works,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens. But yeah, definitely one of my goals is to be on Shark Tank. It's actually one of my favorite shows, and I definitely recommend it for everyone. You know, you learn a ton about business, about entrepreneurship. But I'll definitely keep you posted on that.
Sounds great. Well, we're going to keep following you and watching you, and I want to thank you so much for your time today. I'm not going to take up too much more. We'll post this up as soon as the video is done. I'll keep you posted, and we look forward to following you and seeing what you create at youngandceo.com.
Okay, likewise. Let me know of anything, and I really appreciate the time you took
Thank
to hear a little bit
you.
more about me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day today in Shanghai.
All right, thank you, Andrea.
Bye-bye.